Greetings, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or any of these aspects in Vedic, sidereal, or Western. So I am trying something new because these readings are going entirely too long, so I've just decided to basically pull all the cards beforehand and then go through the cards with you guys. And for those of you guys who like watching me shuffle, then book a personal reading with me and I will shuffle for you. Alright, so we have Theresa's for your first rune, and this rune is extremely powerful. We see Thor here with the lightning bolts. He's striking. He has his hammer over here and his hammer is lit up. His hammer has a nice lightning bolt going through it. We have magenta and red going through, and he has his iron fist. And he is looking intently. He's focused. So a lot of my Scorpios, you're definitely focused on something. You're focusing in on something. And a lot of my Scorpios are in the dark. Now, what I want you guys to really look at with this card is that his shadow is behind him. So there's this huge shadow behind him, and he's essentially kind of like fighting his shadow. And he's in this dark, murky space. There's no sunlight. You can't really see what's going on. The only thing that you can see is that there's this lurking shadow behind him, and this lurking shadow is right there. But he has his golden belt, and his belt buckle is gold, and his thighs are super muscular. So for my Scorpios who have been working out, yeah, good job, because it's definitely showing. And his shoulders and his arms are showing that too. Some of you guys could have long gold hair here. Some of you guys could have facial hair. For some of my Scorpio guys, you could be growing out your facial hair. You could be going for a more like rugged, ragged look. I'm feeling like there is a deliberate focus here, and there's a prevailing, because this arm is lower and this arm is higher. So there's like a slow ascending. There's like an ascending process up. So with Theresa's, this is all about Thor's hammer, as we see. This is known as the strong one, protection, overcoming your hurdles with enthusiasm. And we kind of see that in this card. He kind of has the face of like, da da da. And that's, you know, that's how he looks. It's like the shadow comes up, and instead of being like, oh no, it's a shadow, he's like, hello shadow, da da da. And is just like charging forward towards that shadow with all of his might, all of his power, and all of that magenta red power, really. So this is all about expanding your consciousness. This is about don't start a fight, Scorpio, but definitely finish the fight. So don't start the fight. Don't start the fight at all, but definitely finish the fight, because you know that you don't have to start a fight. People love to hate on people that are doing well. People love to hate on people that are happy, because people that aren't happy love to pull people that are happy down to their level. So Scorpio, this is all about really like marking. I just saw like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. This is all about like marking your claim, like marking it. Just make a mark and be really primal about it and own your power, own your fiercity. This is a time, Scorpio, that you're being called to step up, step out of your comfort zone, and really express yourself in a powerful way and really hold true to what you know at your core. Like, think of the first time when you were a child and you really felt really strong or really empowered in a situation, whether it was a sport, whether it was a sort of art form, whether it was, you know, taking care of an animal. I don't know why that's coming up, but for some of you guys, just think of a moment whenever you felt really strong, really empowered as a child, and allow yourself to tap into that inner child's energy, and then use the maturation of what you've become over the years to kind of be that child with the new maturation, with what you've matured within through your learning experiences over the years. This is all about the warrior within, combining your consciousness and your wisdom together with force. So this is a very forceful energy, Scorpio. This is all about the ultimate champion of courageousness, the god of courage and freeing human beings, the ultimate physical fighting force. This is about fertility, breaking down barren, hard, rocky land to make a workable soil. So we see, well, we can't really see in here, but just imagine like a really desolate, basically think of the Lion King elephant's graveyard, and imagine the elephant's graveyard being transformed into like a beautiful garden of life. And that's what Theresa's is coming here to do for you guys. It's also the number 3, and we do have the 3 of Pentacles coming up in your outcome, clarifying the Magician in reverse. So I'm feeling, because we did get in Scorpio, this is your card, the Magician in reverse, but we also got the King of Wands as the outcome and 4 Swords in reverse. But we'll get to the outcome. I'm getting ahead of myself. I feel like I'm already gonna regret doing this reading this way, because I'm probably going to basically, I don't know, give away the whole thing before I even get to the good part. It's like I'm telling you the ending of the story before I even tell you the beginning of the story. But it's a good story here, Scorpio. It's a pretty ferocious reading we got going. This is the enemy of adversity. This is prevailing. This is very phallic, as we can see. This is the male protector. This is about using tools and technology to promote your consciousness to rise to a new level. This is about using right awareness, so constantly staying on top of your consciousness and evolving it through tools and mastery and technology. This is understanding the division and separation of all things in the world. We see his fist on one side and the hammer in the other. We see darkness coming out of the fist. It's just like a black hole energy coming out of the fist. And we see bright, white, blinding light through his hammer. So we have the duality of the dark and the light here. So this is someone who's integrated both their shadow and their light, and they know how to use both, and they know how to temper both. This is someone who has the wisdom to really use their power in a right way for right action, Scorpio, not allowing things to get out of hand. This is all about breaking resistance or blockages in the body, mind, and spirit. This is about awakening your will to action. So for any of you guys who are having blockages in your body, if you're sick, if there's something that just hasn't been right in your body, this is about you really getting to a place where your body, mind, and spirit are all on board, all hands on deck to really come through with your healing or to come through with the healing. This is also like power loss, because if you think about it, guys, all sickness and disease and illness can only manifest in the body, and same with injuries, can only happen if we have a power loss somewhere. So this is me going into a more shamanic level, but in shamanism, it really is like all these things are due to a power loss, a soul loss. Sometimes it's a soul retrieval that needs to happen to regain the power. Sometimes people do lose their soul or have someone else kind of takes over their soul, or they unknowingly or knowingly kind of hand their power over and hand their soul over to another entity, to another being, to another person's energy, and then they walk around and they don't realize that there's a part of them that's just like transparent. That's like if you were walking around like energy, like that person wouldn't be opaque. That person would be see-through, and they'd be see-through because they gave their energy away, and then they're wondering, why their health is deteriorating, why this isn't working, why their job isn't working, why certain things aren't manifesting, and it's because of a power loss. And Theresa's is coming in here to say, you got your power back, baby. So Scorpio, if you've been going through a hard time, if you've had, which we have death, we have death, your card, as your past energy, but I am feeling that this is a big loss. It was a big loss of a relationship. It was, and I mean, I'll pull that card up in a moment. We have death as your past energy. That's all I need to know. Going back into Theresa's, this is all about using your right and left brain coherently for powerful realizations, realizations. So understanding the right and the left and threading them together in such a way that they work coherently and congruently, and they're more powerful that way. It's just like whenever I'm teaching yoga and I'm having people do exercises to activate a muscle, you can't stretch a muscle if you can't really activate it first, or it's pointless to really stretch it. You want to actively stretch. You want to make sure that you are igniting and firing and activating the muscle groups. You want to make sure that you can do that, and you can't do that if the right and the left side aren't married, if there's not a balance. So this is all about finding balance through force and through using tools, technology. Again, this is all about the male sexuality and male energy, very strong male energy. Females, this is for you tapping into your ability to really thrive. If you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, this is like you getting on it. You are just like manifesting things. You're doing the grounded work. You're no longer in the feminine energy, and you're taking action. This is very action-based rune. This is all about increased potency and prowess and romantic endeavors. La la la. This is about relationships. This is about awakening, psychological challenges. This is a lightning bolt, a breakthrough. So whenever you have those moments, or when we see in cartoons when there's like a lightning bolt or something's like da-da-da and people have a big realization, that's what this card is. Theresa's. It's like you could be walking in nature and then boom, you have a big realization and it shifts everything for you. It's like Scorpio, you could, if you don't do this, spend some time walking in nature, because your next rune asks you to do that. So I'm just getting ahead of myself again, I'm telling you guys. But this is all about allowing yourself to not let blind anger, violence, and overstimulation or defensiveness get the best of you. This is about using your power for healthy aggression, and that will be through sports, through writing, through dance, which is a sport, through, if you're a guy, like rapping, writing, getting a punching bag, going running, riding your bike. This is about getting things out in that sort of way, Scorpio. This is about fighting for peace. This is about, like I said, don't start a fight, but do finish it. If you must fight for peace, then let us find peace in the battle itself. So I love that. If you must fight for peace, then find peace in the battle. find peace on the battlefield. And you find peace when you get in a flow state. So this card is ultimately saying, like, igniting you and giving you all you need to really get into a flow state, which is what's going to create ultimate healing for any of my Scorpios who have been going through any health issues, which again is all due to just power loss or soul loss. And I see there's a lot of fear here. You know, it's like he's facing his fears and he's allowing himself to face his fears. And you guys, everything that we attract is just really within ourselves, internally, externalized. And so if you attract really crappy situations, it's not because you're crappy inside, but you might have beliefs that are coded in fear and coded in guilt or coded in shame or coded in just repression. And because of that, you're going to attract people that vibe off that and that act from that space, because all negative action really is just fear-based. It's fear-based. And so this is you getting to the roots of your fears so that you can really conquer these, so you can really get to the next mountain and climb that mountain. And this is why I'm doing the readings before, because I love these runes and I just talk about them too freaking much. So your next rune is Ingwaz. Ingwaz. And my favorite thing with Ingwaz, you see, this card is particularly phallic. We see a man who is crumpled down here. So yes, this is literally just like Three says. Literally the exact same, and the fact that making this rocky soil the elephant graveyard, planting your flowers, and then this whole thing becoming a garden. And notice his aura has it still has yellow around it. And yellow is gold. It's not yellow, it's gold. Gold is the highest vibration, white to some people, gold to others. So whichever, in this case, for all intents and purposes, I'm saying he has the highest vibration around him, but he can't quite tell because he's had some kind of power loss. Now, once he is able to seep and melt into the cracks and get to the depth, the darkest part of his shadow, once he's able to really face that and create his own light, then he is able to exactly create his own light. And so his light starts to emanate and rise up from above. This is all about things that happen during the new moon. We have the new moon up here and we have the North Star over here. So this is about following your North Star, and the new moon is a great time to really manifest and plant the seeds that are going to come to fruition in the next year. So Scorpio, for some of you guys, you can be kind of impatient. You can be like, why aren't things happening? Why this? Why that? Da da da. It's about to happen. But Scorpio, if the garden all bloomed at once and it bloomed right away, then there would be, not that much joy in it. And it would be a really short life, honestly. I would rather live a long, slow life where you're accumulating things over time and building slowly than rich fast, do all the things, and then die from a really messed up way because you lived hard and fast, and so you probably die that way too. Because that's how energy works, Scorpio. So this is all about the earth god being the hero, fruitfulness, protection. This is about growth, solitude, patience, quiet, being mature, going from a state of immaturity to maturity by taking responsibility, the ability to respond to external factors, the ability to respond to others. Sorry, I'm kind of tilting the card because I have noticed when I watch these videos that my light will reflect and then you guys can't even see it, and that's frustrating to me. Anyhow, this is all about using the power of ritual through storing and transforming through time. This is about passive meditation and centering, sudden releases of energy and outbursts. This is a subtle creative action. If we think of Ingwaz, doing, being, seeing, the ing makes it actionable. So this is, again, another male sexuality card. So we have two male cards. And then we had the divine masculine come up for your true love oracle card, which I'll get to that next. But it has an eagle and a lion on it. So you guys could be dealing with an air sign or thinking about an air sign, or you could be dealing with a Leo, or a Leo could be looking at you, because I see this Leo taking a step towards you. But the eagle is already on your hand. So we'll get to that next. And we do have 3 cups hanging out over here. So 3 of cups can kind of be third party, or it can kind of be you're trying to choose between a couple, or more the merrier, or you're just having a good time. Scorpio, this is about only when we know our solitude to be different from our loneliness can we be whole enough to honor another person. I love that. Only when we know our solitude to be different from our loneliness can we be whole enough to honor another. This is all about planting a seed. This is a rune of having total separation and isolation with oneself in order to create a space where the process of transformation into higher states of being can occur and develop. This is about healing your inner child, deep personal development, stored energy. So if you think about like a seed, think about like squirrels grabbing acorns and then storing them in the ground, and then in the wintertime like pulling them up to eat them. Or if you just think about planting a seed underground, you could watch that seed for like a week and be like, I planted that seed like 2 months ago and nothing's sprouting, so I guess it's done. Scorpio, don't give up. Don't give up right now, because that seed is going to sprout probably the next day, the day after you give up on it. So Scorpio, this is all about being really patient, having the perseverance to push through, to really get through this dark stage. He is holding a leaf. And we see when he wakes up, whenever he has a shocking realization, whenever he gets his power back, that all of a sudden he's in perfect alignment, his aura is starting to really emanate and glow, and he has two choices here. Is he going to choose the new moon, or is he going to choose the North Star? This is all about dying so that a newly evolved form can come through. This is true sacrifice. This is inherited change through transformation. And Scorpio, that's what you guys do. When you guys go through something, you just completely change, you completely rewrite it. And people could look at you and be like, oh, they're being inauthentic or this or that. No, you just completely, you go all the way to something. Like Scorpio goes all the way. Scorpios go all the way. They go all the way, you guys. They get it in so that whenever they're done with it, they're totally done with it. And that's what's happening here is Scorpio, you are becoming totally done with something from your past, as this death card indicates, and it's left you hollow. It's left you hollow. But the cool thing is in this time that you have felt empty and you have felt maybe upset or frustrated or angry at spirit or angry at the universe and being like, why is all this happening? It's happening because Scorpio, you're strong enough to handle it, and you're strong enough to actually use this time to create and manifest and become a better artist, become a better parent, become a better lover, become a better, just person and steward of the earth. You're becoming a steward of the earth, as this is the God of the Earth card. This is all about subtlety, resting, expectation, taking time for oneself. It can also be moving without seeing change and then leading to scattered energy or immaturity. This is about passive meditation and centering. This is all about artistry, mastering the artistry of letting things go. Mastering the artistry of truly letting things go, like really letting things go, truly being done with it. Not just saying you're done with it, but actually being done with it. And Scorpio, we all know that you say you're done with it a million times before you're actually done with it, but that's part of your process of actually becoming done with it. You see, instead of not going back, you go back as many times as you feel the call in your heart to go back. And then one day you wake up and your heart no longer has feelings for that person or that situation. And that's when you know you went all the way. Just like I said, Scorpios go all the way. All right, so. And that card is a 22. So we have a 3 and a 22. 22 adds up to a 4. So we do have a progressive stance here from a 3 to a 4. 3s are all about cooperation and working together, and 4s are all about stability, grounding in that stability. So getting into your tarot cards, Scorpio, your energy is showing up as the Queen of Swords, which I really like this. She is standing there calmly. She has the transformation of the butterfly, and she has a red dragon that is kind of hovering over her. So Scorpio, you could deal with dragon energy. You could have accumulated this dragon after you went through the death process. We have the butterfly coming out of the cocoon. You're no longer in the cocoon, which you guys, if you think about it, caterpillars actually die and become like this gooey mess before they actually evolve into this butterfly. And if someone looked at the butterfly and saw a caterpillar, they'd be like, there's no way that that's that. And if someone saw the goo that the caterpillar becomes before it becomes the butterfly, they'd be like, that's not even a living thing. That thing is just dead, which is maybe how some of you guys are kind of feeling dead on the inside here. And you're kind of wondering, when are things going to pick up? When is my ascension going to happen? Little did you know, Scorpio, that you've been on the glow up this whole time. Notice we have all these evergreen trees around. There's a lot of green in this photo, a lot of green and a lot of yellow. Your solar plexus, as soon as it bursts open and your creative sexual center opens up and you start really creating with that energy, your heart is going to open. And as it travels up, so you went to the root all the way, you went to the sacral, you're going through the solar right now, awakening, and there's a seed there. When that seed starts to bloom, your heart is going to expand. This is a heart expanding rune. That is the other part that I didn't say. With the perseverance and the patience and the harmony builds the heart expansion. And whenever your heart expands and opens up, then all of a sudden you're going to have so much energy. You're just going to be doing like so many creative projects, you're gonna be doing so many things, you're gonna have so many pans in the fire, but Scorpio, you're gonna love it because you're gonna be doing things you love and you're gonna be doing it from a space of your heart. So whenever people look at you and you're like, how do you have the energy to do that? You're like, I'm not even doing it. And people will look at you like, what are you on? And you'll just be like, but really though, it's like that because you'll just have this energy about you that's just coming from spirit. It's coming from your heart, Scorpio, because it's just who you are. You're just following your dharma. So Queen of Swords, she's come to a place of clarity. Her emotions no longer run her. She can be seen as kind of cold and aloof to some people, but it's only because she has been stabbed in the back so many times. We have 7 of Swords crossing you. So you're either being sneaky or someone's being sneaky with you, or you're dealing with a sneaky situation and you are being a Queen of Swords about this. I like this because if the 7 of Swords is crossing me, then the only card that I really want to be is either the Magician or the Queen of Swords. I don't want to be the King of Swords because I don't think that he knows how to delegate well enough. I think that he can kind of be a little hasty. The Queen is going to be calm, cool, and collected. She's going to sit back. She's only going to say what she needs to say. She's not going to say too much. So Scorpio, that's going to be important for you if you're in any situation. Don't say too much. Just sit back, observe, watch, listen, take notes, mental notes. 7 of Swords. You thought someone was being quiet, someone was being shady, there's passive aggressiveness here. You're not about it. You're over it. You're like, I don't want that. I just walked out of that. Or for some of my Scorpios, you're being kind of, you seem like you come off to other people, or maybe the person, if you're dealing with like a love interest, as a 7 of Swords, because you're being quiet because you feel like they should make a move, but they feel like you should make a move. So for some of you guys, it's like you're sitting here quietly and you're like, make a move. And they're like, doing things and trying to like passive aggressively like poke and prod you, and they're like, no, you make a move. And you're like, I'm not gonna make a move. I'm a queen. I don't move. Like, I'm the flower, you're the honeybee, so you come and pollinate my seed, and it doesn't work the other way around. The flower does not chase the bee chases the flower. So, Scorpio, there's a little story of the birds and the bees. All right, so subconsciously, so many swords and wands in your reading. This is like all passion and mental. So we have the 5 of Swords in reverse. I like that it's in reverse because this is challenges, and he does have the butterfly on his pocket. He looks smug. He looks so smug. He is like proud of himself. This is the person, like, if you had someone, I feel like for some of my Scorpios, you were with someone that just didn't want to really let you grow. They didn't want to let you expand. They were scared of your power. And so as a way to kind of shelter it, they kind of kept this fog around you. We see like this blue fog, and we see like these black. I feel like the person that you're dealing with isn't even fully running themselves. I do feel like they kind of have an entity. We see this green, black smog. They have like some sort of energy of like an alligator or crocodile energy that's like, or snake, alligator, or crocodile are what's coming up for me. I don't know why, but like the person you're dealing with totally has that energy, and they could be very in line with this 7 of Swords that is crossing you, that you don't want to deal with, that you aren't going to deal with, because your energy, excuse me, sorry guys, is a 7 of Wands. And in this 7 of Wands energy, you are like, all these hands are coming at you, but you're the Queen of Swords. You're like, can't be bothered. Can't be bothered. You just can't, like, you're defending yourself from all these. There's a lot of people coming at you. A lot of people want to get at you, but like, you have just as many people and things that are coming at you. You have that many things inside your own head that you're wanting to create or wanting to manifest. So like, you really can't be bothered, and you're not. You're totally not, because your energy moving into your future is Temperance. Look at her. She's nude because she's just totally authentic. She's in her truth, Queen of Swords. You have nothing to hide, absolutely nothing to hide. And you're not scared to bear all because you are being totally authentic here. You know you're not going to go too emotional. You know you're not going to be a Queen of Wands and like accidentally do something or be a little too la 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 with someone or la 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 in a situation. You know that you aren't going to be like the Queen of Pentacles and just like totally mother everyone and be, you know, you are just clear, concise, you see the truth for what it is, and you're getting your balance. Temperance is all about balance. You guys could be doing things that really bring you into balance. You could be taking a trip, going to the mountains. I see some water here too, so going near water will be powerful for you. She is pouring excess into another cup, and that cup is just going to overflow into this river. She has red wings, so this is all about the phoenix rising here. And we do have some blue energy, so you might have like a little spirit guide that has kind of like a blue energy to it that's kind of hanging out with you. I'm also seeing like sheep. sheep energy might be really powerful for you guys, and like a really playful way, and to drop your perfectionism. Because with the Queen of Swords and Temperance, there's something here about being like a little too serious, and with Temperance, it's like asking you to temper yourself to bring the Queen of Swords into balance. You need to bring a little more inner child playfulness into this. It's like, be silly, let yourself not be, don't be the perfectionist, because what's funny is like what you're wanting to create will actually come towards you. The perfectionism that you desire will actually only come from this state of like innocence, child playfulness, like being like a little sheep, just being a little sheep. I don't know why that's coming through like that. We do have the Death as your past energy. There's a rose, a skull, the tree in the center, and Grim Reaper over here with his head down. There's sadness here. There's a love offer, and we see at the base of the tree, the stump is all that's left. We see the tree is actually cut. The tree has been hacked. The tree has been hacked away from the stump, you guys. This tree is no longer alive. So yeah, it might feel pretty barren. But we do have a bird in the sky. We have a messenger coming through. That's bringing in this balance. Now, with Temperance, with the cups, and with the messenger coming through, you could have a Sagittarius coming towards you, or be going towards someone with Sag in their chart. On your path, you have Two of Pentacles in reverse, so you're either having a hard time choosing between things, you have no idea what's going on in your life right now, and you feel like you're just kind of like coasting through the mist or the fog, but you're okay with that because you're the Queen of Swords in Temperance, so you're so balanced that you don't need to see what's ahead of you, because you're balanced enough to live in the present moment, so much so that you are not anticipating anything. You're just simply being. Like I said, being, doing, seeing, with the Risas over there and Ingwas. It's all about the doing, being, seeing. It's the nowness of things, being totally, utterly present. And we have the Knight of Wands coming at you, Scorpio. This is your environment, what's around you. Passionate Knights. Knights are all about action. Wands, as we know, can be pretty phallic, can be bang, bang, bang. So this person might just be really into you. They're looking at you like you're a snack. They want you, one of my favorite, I just have to give him credit, Eat, Read, Love is one of my favorite readers on here. He always says that. They're looking at you like a snack. So they're definitely looking at you like a snack, though. I mean, look at that. We have this ribbit. We have a frog, a blue frog. Ooh. So that blue frog could be the same blue energy that's in the Temperance over here. They're like watching you, and now they're like right underneath you, and that's when they're going to make a move. This person has like a panther, jaguar energy to them. Yeah, interesting. Lots of cat energy here, I'm feeling. I'm seeing this as like the mast of a ship. So I'm seeing like someone is arriving on a ship. And yes, we do have the green wand here. So this could actually be related to work. This could be something that's actually going to bring you prosperity and abundance, which we have prosperity as your equine oracle, which I'll get to that in a moment, and I love that. Now in your environment, we have the Knight of, or Hope, Dreams, and Fears. We have the Knight of Swords. So you're hoping for swift, quick communication. You want communication to happen. Now we have the butterflies here up again. And in the Knight of Swords, we see that this horse is actually inside of the cup. So it's almost like Temperance. It's like you're manifesting, you're using your powers to like manifest this cup, and whenever you pour that water into that cup, then all of a sudden you pour out this knight on this horse. And your environment is passionate. They're looking at you. They definitely want something. But knights are seen to kind of go through like a revolving door. They come and they go, they come and they go. You know, they come back to the castle and then they go out and they fight again. Then they come back to the castle and they go out on a hunt. And then they come back to the castle and then they go out to sea or whatever it is. And you're a Queen of Swords, so you don't want that. You want a King energy, but it gets good because your outcome energy is the Magician in reverse, which I was kind of unsure about, but we have the Faith and Three of Pentacles clarifying this. So I actually really like this for you because what it's saying is you're the Magician in reverse because it's internal. That's it. I give up. It's just gonna happen this way where I am now doing really long readings apparently. So I'm sorry, I'm not sorry, because even when I do the reading before you guys, it still goes beyond 30 minutes. So I'm just into it. I like this, I like what I do, and I'm not gonna be able to do, you know, 15-minute tarot readings anymore like I did when I started my channel a few months ago. It's just not gonna be like that. So, all right. We have the Three of Pentacles and the Faith card clarifying your Magician, because the Magician in reverse is saying that you're internally working on this, as I said. So you're having faith in a situation. Now the Faith card is a 5, which we have the Five of Swords in reverse is your subconscious. So you're giving up the challenges, you're giving up the fight because you realized fighting that way is not working. So you had to go down into the midst of Mordor. You had to go down to the pits of hell, and you had to get down to the really rocky soil where like nothing can grow here. And then from that, you actually grow the garden of life. See all the evergreen trees? You're actually sprouting miracles from, you can make fertile soil from that hard, rocky, barren landscape. And you're utilizing your power in a different way. You're more focused with it. Instead of letting your rage go out and being like, rage, and then all of your energy just scattering everywhere, you're actually going, that. My energy is going there. Boom. So meditation will be really powerful, but I'm feeling like a moving meditation, slacklining. Slacklining is great. Any sort of moving meditation that's really requiring you to stay acutely focused and also like playful and buoyant. Buoyancy is going to be really powerful for you guys. Having total faith in the situation. You have faith in this, and the Three of Pentacles is all about starting a solid foundation. So in previous connections where you may have just been like, whoa, that person lights up my loins. Instead, you're like, you know what? I'm curious about that person. I'm going to have a, where's she go? Where's she at? Queen of Wands. Sorry, you guys have the King of Wands as your outcome. Queen of Swords. I'm just going to observe with clarity, and I'm not going to get too passionate about it, and I'm not going to be motherly. I'm not going to start to mother the situation. And you're going through, and you're not being the Queen of Cups. You're not being too emotional. You're not being too passionate like the Queen of Wands. And you're not being too motherly like the Queen. And I'm not saying any of those ones are predominantly those way, but for a situation like this, like you couldn't have, if you're the Queen of Wands, then you wouldn't be able to have this sort of temperance as balance, because this is about balancing and owning your passion and being able to control your passions. If you were the Queen of Cups, you'd be way too emotional for this temperance. You would be way too emotional for it. You would get too emotional whenever they get too passionate, and if you were the Queen of Pentacles, then it could become like a codependency thing, or you could start like mothering them or taking care of them, or just feeling, you get the point. So with the Queen of Swords, you're coming at this situation in a very balanced way, in a very mature way, because you've been through the pits. You already learned from your past experiences, from your past relationships. You are now seeing what it takes to build something solid that creates a legacy that lasts a lifetime, Scorpio, which is all about the Three of Pentacles. He's working very hard, very diligently. And so his magic is all internalized. We see in the Magician card, he has all these tools on the table. We see Dolly himself right there. Rip Dolly. And he is in this like gazebo of sorts that's very sacred. Very sacred. And we have the flames around him because he's passionately working on something. He is in his like magical gazebo making all of these things on his table. He has his work table. It's the same work table that the Three of Pentacles guy is working on. Now, like I said, it's in reverse because you're internally doing this. And so because of that, you could have, Knight of Wands coming at you, Knight of Swords coming at you. They could be looking at you, and you're just like, oh, that's cute. You have all these offers, Scorpio, but you're a queen, and you don't want a knight. You want someone who's on your level. You want, perhaps, he's there for you. King of Wands. He's there for you, and you know what else is there for you? Four of Swords in reverse. So this Four of Swords, he's actually smiling. I really like this Four of Swords card. It's actually one of my favorite Four of Swords renditions. He's smiling, and there's a snake. So this could be a Rahu Ketu thing. Your past relationship had to do with a Rahu Ketu. Someone like you were the head or you were the tail, and then the other person was the head or the tail of the snake. And so you guys awoke each other's kundalini. You guys awoke each other's energy, and you guys awoke the chakras within, but you have to go in and align them yourselves. And so that's also what this is with Theresas. We're going from the root up to the solar, up to the sacral, the yellow, and when you unlock the yellow of the sacral, then your heart bursts open and expands. And as that heart expands and bursts open, then you're able to communicate. That's where all the blue energy is coming from, and then you ascend into the crown. And so, and you know, that's where the Queen of Swords is at. So as you align your energy, then you align your partnerships, and that's the beautiful thing about this. He's smiling. He spent a lot of time journaling. He's spent time with his own Kundalini energy. He's awoken his own snake, and it's in reverse because the Four of Swords, he's still keeping to himself here. Now in reverse though, he's ready to go out and mingle. He's ready to find this this stability, this harmony out with another. And you're manifesting a King of Wands energy. So for my Scorpio guys, you could have air signs predominantly in you, and you could be manifesting a Aries, Sag, or Leo female. And I mean, this king does kind of look like a female, let's be serious. So there's also a dog down there. You could like their dog. The person you're manifesting could have a dog, Scorpio. Or your dog is right here. And, you know, this King of Wands could be you. For some of my Scorpios who are already in a relationship and you're not manifesting this person, this could be you really marrying your Queen and King energy. And whenever you're in your masculine, you're really fiery, you're really powerful. You have that, boom, ingwas to you. And when you're in your feminine, you're very clear and concise, and you're not overly emotional anymore. Like when you're in your feminine energy, you're not passive aggressive. You can communicate things clear. You can be like, hey, you know, you treated me this way and I didn't like that, and I will not stand to be treated that way. So, you know, like this is a warning, but next time it's done. Just really clear. Like no feelings. It's not personal. It's just like, I've grown a lot. I've been a page, I've been a knight, and now I'm a queen. And so now, or I've been a princess and I'm a queen. And so what I've learned through this journey is that I can just, you know, once is fine, and I'll let you know what my boundaries are. And if you do it a second time, well, I'm going to carry along here. And you have your Seven of Wands as what's crowning you because you're guarding that. You're protecting that. You're being very protective. Now we do have the sevens and threes. So you could see 737, 333, 777, 373. All of these numbers could be predominant for you, Scorpio. Now with your Kuan Yin cards, we have the Strength of You, which I love because we did have the Divine Masculine come up. This is all about healing the Divine Masculine. We do have the King of Wands as your outcome. So you are definitely in a journey, Scorpio, of healing your Divine Masculine, which for my ladies is going to call in a Divine Masculine that has the King of Wands energy if you don't have a partner. And if you do have a partner, this is all about allowing your relationship with him to prosper. Both of these cards are all about like very prosperous and intensifying romance and the bedroom playtime. So it's definitely a great time to get it on like Donkey Kong with your partner. We do have, like I said, you could have a Leo here or an air sign. Also, just a lion, an eagle, or a butterfly, or a snake could be really powerful animal medicine for you this month. Also the phoenix. Do some studies on the phoenix rising and kind of see what that means to you, and the sheep. Keep in mind the sheep because we got to keep it playful. Bah! Can't believe I just did that. We gotta keep it playful, so keep the sheep with you. He is shielded though, here. So we see in the Divine Masculine, again, he's naked, he's pretty much naked, just like this female is. And he is coming with his shield, with his Seven of Wands. He's like, you know what, that's fine, come at me because I got my eagle, my lion, and my shield. So like, come at me, bro, because I'm good. He's chill, he's relaxed, he's not fighting, he's relaxed. He has a pentacle on his chest. So I'm seeing that as like an Ace of Pentacles. This could actually be someone coming towards my ladies with an offering an Ace of Pentacles. We do see the sun in the background here, we see the pyramids, and we do see the three cups or flowers down here. So again, 373, 333, 737. We see the Eye of Horus over here. So if you guys want to look up the Eye of Horus, that would be powerful for you guys. And the pyramids, anything with Egyptian energy. You guys could have past lives in Egypt. I'm sure whoever's listening to this definitely does. And you might want to do some past life regressions or do some dream work to kind of tap in and see what that's about. But the Divine Masculine is all about saying this is a time to heal your Divine Masculine. Heal your relationship with the masculine, you heal your relationship with money, you heal your relationship with the material world, everything that is tangible and earthly. So back to Kuan Yin, the Strength of You. Are you doubting your ability to heal or recover, Scorpio? There is nothing that has fundamentally damaged your spirit, your will, or your heart. Parts of you... I did not read that right. There is nothing that has fundamentally damaged your spirit, your will, or your heart. No matter how broken those parts of you may feel at times, Scorpio, they have only ever been broken so that you can heal stronger. They have not been broken beyond repair, and they never will be broken beyond repair. And that's important. They never will be broken beyond repair, because the way life works, you guys, is life just hands us thicker challenges to strengthen our roots. And so as you go through this challenge, it's going to be great. You're going into a great, prosperous time. However, there will be another time of hardships. And this card is reminding you that you have everything within you that you need to prevail. And Spirit only gives you challenges. Spirit's never going to give you something bigger than you can bite off. Okay, I'm trying to go with the whole don't bite off more than you can chew. But Spirit isn't going to give you something that you are not able to bite off more than you can chew. Does that make sense? Okay. Good fortune is granted, and it definitely is, because we have prosperity here, the King of Wands, Four of Swords, you're coming out of healing, Magician in reverse with Three of Pentacles upright and the Faith card upright. You're having total faith in something. It's going to take a few months. I'm seeing May or August. August is really powerful. May is going to be like the first start of you seeing like this sprout from the ground. And then in August, you're going to be like, oh, it's a tree. Like, it's actually a tree. You're going to know what it is. Like, it's not just going to be a little green thing coming out of the ground. But in May, you're going to be like, hey, that green thing is coming out of the ground. And then in August, you're going to be like, dang, I'm in a forest now. I'm in the garden of life. And I got yellow all over me because I'm just glowing, because you're healing yourself, Scorpio. Good fortune granted. Just as there are physical seasons upon the earth, the soul too goes through its seasons. Boy, do we know that, Scorpio. Spring in the soul heralds a time of birth. New ideas, new inspirations, new energy to take action, new life, new connections, and new gifts are abound. New life and good fortune are headed your way at this time, Scorpio. New connections and new gifts abound. And then we have prosperity from the Horse Oracle. You will receive abundance and prosperity at all levels in the moments and days to come. Love, family, work, all of it, Scorpio. All limiting beliefs have ceased, and you have great expectation for your gifts, rewards, and richness of your life that are about to pour upon you. You are prosperous in your soul and your words, your riches, and your deeds, Scorpio. Accept all of the goodness with gratitude and with expectation. Know that this is your time to reap and be joyful in all forms of recognition and reward. And you guys, I know sometimes we hear expectation, we have like a really negative connotation of it, or just what I... Greetings, Scorpio. I don't know why my camera shut off that time, because that was only a 12-minute video. Okay, so, anywho, I was talking about expectation. Expectations are a good thing, because like in this Three of Pentacles case, this is all about expecting. He's expecting the work of the fruits of his labor. If you plant a seed and you nurture and you do all the things correct, then you're going to expect that seed to bloom. And these are good expectations to have. You need to have faith in something for it to really work out. So if you just plant something and you're like, well, I don't know. If you have this attitude of like, meh, I don't know, I don't care, then nothing is really going to be happening from that. And that's what this 3 says is all about, you guys, because he's intentional with his energy. He's not just like throwing his energy. He's not just like, bah, go anywhere. He is intently looking with focus. He is focused on, I'm focused, man. I'm focused. So he's very focused. Focus and faith. Focus and faith. And it's not bad to have expectations, you guys, for that purpose. Know that this is your time to reap and be joyful. Reap your rewards and be joyful in all forms of your recognition and reward. So Scorpio, you could be being in the public eye, you could get recognized for something, you could get a promotion at work, you could just get recognized by a group of people, you could just have like a really good time that's coming up for you in the next couple weeks here, or this weekend, right before Mercury retrograde. I am going to do a Mercury retrograde reading that is February 17th to March 9th, and this is basically from now until Mercury retrograde begins. So you have a time of prosperity coming through, but I do feel with all the major arcana here, because major arcana are things that aren't just like quick moving energies, it's more like a 3, 6, 9, or 3 or 7 month type of thing for you. So with the Temperance card here as your future, I'm definitely feeling that this balance, like I said, is going to be a slow and steady thing, but it's going to come in heavily, especially as you stay focused. So as you stay tapped into your masculine, which is all about grounding, which is all about earth, really anchoring things into the physical, the more that you keep things anchored into the physical and you keep healing your relationship with the masculine, you're going to definitely absolutely reap this prosperity, because coins, Pentacles, that's all about the divine masculine. All of us have the divine masculine on the right side, the divine feminine on the left side. So when we get our emotions in balance, and we get grounded in balance, we get a hold of our anger, we're able to communicate, we're able to actually actualize ideas, we're able to put an idea to paper and make something actually happen here. Like we see in the Magician card, he has his work desk. And we see in the Four of Swords, He has his journal and he has his pen and paper, and it's been written, like it is written. Maktub. It is written. It is written. Everything's written. And Four of Swords in reverse, you're coming out of that healing time. You're ready to step into this space, Scorpio. Any new projects you begin now will prosper if you are fully focused upon them. Focus. What did I say? Focus, focus, focus. Any new projects you begin will prosper if you focus on them. Decisions you have recently made will unfold to the highest good, and the result of all right action will be positive, just like the recess says. You must have right action here. With force, this card is all about force. You're forcing your way through right action. And the Queen of Swords kind of has a forceful nature about her. You know, the Queen of Cups can be a little watery, a little all over the place, artistic, intuitive, just a little bit mysterious and whatever. Queen of Pentacles is very mothering, nurturing, grounded, but doesn't necessarily think about all of it, but you know, she's got the stability there. Queen of Wands is just really passionate. She's out there, she's fiery, she's charismatic, she's sassy. But the Queen of Swords is concise. She's focused, man. I'm focused, man. Okay, I'm gonna stop saying focus. I wonder how many times that I said focused in this reading. All right, Scorpio, I love you guys. I will see you shortly for your Mercury retrograde readings. This reading is only from now until the till the beginning of Mercury retrograde, which begins on February 17th. Mercury retrograde is February 17th to March 9th. So I will be doing a reading for that time period. At the same time, like I said though, remember that Major Arcana is something that is an energy that lingers longer. So be sure to like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and I will see you guys shortly for your retrograde readings.